to help them explore the texts independently. So the idea is that they'll have a set of tools, movement, text analysis, voice work that they can apply when they're exploring the text themselves. And then we've done a bit of coaching and working together as well. So this is where we're at. So just enjoy what we have for you tonight. Thanks very much.
Well, you see, now that really fucks me off. Since the demo, we now have more than 400 plaintiffs. And let's be honest with you, we all know there's more out there. First of all, these people, they're not the most sophisticated people, but they do know how to divide. And 20 million quid split between them is fuck all. Second of all, these people, they don't dream about being rich. They dream about being able to watch their children swim in a pool without worrying about having to have a hysterectomy at the age of 20, like Rosa Diaz, a client of ours, or Frank Bloom, whose spine deteriorated, another client of ours. So before you come back here with another jack shit offer, ask yourself what you think your spine is worth, Mr. Buddha, or how much someone will pay for your uterus, Miss Sanchez. And then get that figure, multiply it by 100, because anything less than that is a waste of our time. Oh, and by the way, that water that you're drinking, I had it shipped in specially from a well in Hinkley. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, forget what you've seen on movies and television. There's not going to be any surprises. No last-minute surprise witnesses. Nobody breaking down on the stands with a tearful confession. You are going to be presented with a simple fact. Andrew Beckett was fired. Now you hear two explanations to why he was fired. Ours and theirs. And it's up to you to sit through layers and layers of truth until you decide for yourself which version sounds the most true. But however, before this, there are certain points I must prove to you. Point number one. Andrew Beckett is a brilliant lawyer, a great lawyer. Some might even add, he's a fantastic lawyer. Point number two. Andrew Beckett is inflicted with a debilitating disease. And it may be understandable, it may be even personal, that he made the legal choice to keep the fact of his illness to himself. Point number three. His employers discovered his illness. And ladies and gentlemen, the illness I'm referring to is AIDS. Point number four. They panicked. And in their panic, they did what most of us would like to do with AIDS, which is to get it, and everyone else that has it, far away from the rest of us as possible. Now, the behavior of Charles Wheeler and his partners may seem reasonable. I mean, it does to me. After all, AIDS is a deadly and an incurable disease. But no matter how you come to Charles Wheeler and his partners in ethical, moral, and humane terms, the simple fact of the matter is, when they fired Andrew Beckett because he had AIDS, they broke the law. Thank you.
One night, after dinner at Lord Radley's, Baron Einham began talking about success in modern life with that wonderfully fascinating, quiet voice of his. He expounded upon the most terrible of all philosophies, the philosophy of power. Luxury, he said, was nothing, and that it was power. Power over other men, power over the world. It was the one thing worth having, the one supreme joy, the one pleasure one never tired of, and that today only the rich possessed it. I think he must have seen the effect that he had on me, because just as I was leaving, he said to me privately, if ever I could give him any confidential information of real value, he would make me a very rich man. I was dazed at that prospect. Look, you've never been poor. You've never known what ambition is. You cannot understand what a wonderful chance the Baron gave me. Such a chance few men in my position would ever get. Weak. Do you really think it's weakness that yields to temptation? I tell you, there are terrible temptations, and they take strength and courage to yield to them. To risk all of one's life on a single moment, to risk everything on a single throw. There is no weakness in that. There is a horrible, terrible strength. And Arthur, I had that strength. 6 weeks later, certain confidential documents passed through my hands, and that same afternoon, I wrote to the Baron the letter that woman now holds. He made £78 million on that transaction, and he gave me 11. In 5 years, I had tripled my fortune. Everything I touched turned to success. Regrets? I have no regrets. But since then, I have paid conscience money. The money the Baron gave me, I've since donated twice over to public charities in the vain hope that I might disarm destiny. I remember reading somewhere that when the gods want to punish us, they grant us our dreams. Well, Arthur, what am I to do?
Where were you last night? It should have been an easy question. When you're a teenage vampire, nothing is easy. Everything's a series of lies and cover-ups, trying to weave normal detail into an otherwise abnormal life. How can you tell the truth when history and vicious rumours are giving you a kind back your entire existence? This actually look at pounds. I'm not asking anyone to shed a tear over me. In many ways, I have been blessed and not cursed, living the many opportunities life has to offer. I spent decades discovering art, music, theatre. I spent other decades discovering the wilder side of life. Hobbies, fast cars, yes, fast women. I can reinvent myself over and over again any time in the world. Lived and seen more than anyone could possibly imagine in a normal lifetime. That being said, that is the great tragedy of my life. To answer your question, where was I last night? I was at home, alone, allowing once again dance memories of a girl I once loved, wishing that when I died she could have come with her. But will I tell her Art's place as friends? Of course not. My life is not, and will not ever be, something a mere mortal can understand.
Was ever a woman in this human wood? Was ever a woman in this human one? I'll have her. I'll have her. Oh, but I won't keep her long. What, I? That killed her husband and his father, taking her heart's extremist hate, with curses in her mouth and tears in her eyes, the bleeding witness of her hatreds by, having God, her conscience, and these bars against me, and I have nothing to back my suit at all, but the plain devil and dissembling looks. And yet, to win her, all the world to nothing. Has she forgotten already that brave prince, Edward, her lord, whom I, some 3 months since, stabbed in my angry mood in Tewkesbury? A sweeter and lovely gentleman, framed in the prodigality of nature. Young, valiant, wise, and in no doubt, right royal, the spacious world cannot again afford. And yet will she displace her eyes upon me, that cropped the golden prime of this sweet prince, and left her widow to a woeful bed? My duke's done to a brevely denier. Oh, I do mistake my person all this while, but upon my life, she finds, although I cannot, myself to be a marvelous proper man.
You know me too well. You know I'm rotten through and through. Peter, dear, think of me, fix your thoughts on me, and save me, all the while you're thinking, my glancing stream, my crystal girl. I'm only half here, I'm only half wicked, and half of me is down there with you, clean and bright and crystal clear as running water. Oh, just look at her face, all scarlet like a tomato. No, it's absurd. We've laughed at her together, you and I, often. What's that tune? Yeah, I always loved it. Yes, the St. Louis Blues. All right, dance away, dance away. I wish you could see her. You'd die of laughing. Only, she'll never know I see her. Yes, I see you, Olga, with your hair all about, and you do look a dope, my dear. Now she's stepping on his toes. It's a scream. Hurry up, quicker, quicker. He's dragging her along, bundling her round and round. It's too ghastly. He always said I was so light. He loved to dance with me. Now then, keep time. She never could dance and talk at the same time. What's that? What's that you said? No, please, don't tell him. Please, don't tell him. You can have him. You can do what you like with him. But please don't tell him that. She's told him everything. About Roger, my trip to Switzerland, the baby. Poor Estelle wasn't exactly, no, it wasn't exactly true enough. He's looking grey. Keep him then. He's yours for the asking. His glancing stream, his crystal, well, the crystal shattered to bits. Dance. Dance! Dance on with it. But do keep time. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, how I wish I could go down to earth, just for a moment, and dance with him again. The music's growing fainter. Why are they playing so softly? Louder, please. I can't hear. I can't hear a sound. It's all over. It's the end. The earth's left me.
I got up and walked around the streets. I've never done that before. I think it was about 5 o'clock. Everything looked somehow very clear and sharp and completely unreal. It was like being 15 again and feeling the summer on your skin and wanting to take off all your clothes. Or all the words you mustn't say. Did you ever feel that all the words, forbidden words, inside your head, and they're shouting aloud inside, and they're burning and about to come bursting out? Or you're standing on the platform and the train's coming, and you feel the edge of the platform kind of pulling you, and you think, the one thing I mustn't do, the last thing on earth I want to do, how do I know I'm not going to do it? I walked all the way to the office. I hadn't had any breakfast. And then I remembered, we got the file you wanted. It was just such a perfect fit. You wanted it, and we got it. So I drew it out and went to the copier on the floor below. I thought about people opening the envelope and the pages sliding out and the look on people's faces. I suppose it was a rather surprising thing to have done, now that I come to think about it. It's very surprising. It's the most surprising thing I've ever done in my life. The worst thing I could ever imagine myself doing. No, it was easy. I just put the pages into the copier and closed the lid and pressed the button, and that's all there was to it. I suppose I'm making it sound all a bit mad, but it wasn't mad in the slightest. It was perfectly rational. I just suddenly felt I'd lived my entire life keeping something shut away inside me. It wasn't me that was mad. It was the world. Because a world where half the things you know are the things you mustn't say is a mad world. And a world where no one remarks upon the fact is madder still. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Wow. Good stuff. Woo! Excellent, excellent, excellent. Can we please give Sarah a massive round of applause? you guys come so far to see essentially what I've always spoken about, performers enjoying what they do. That's what really makes us tick at the Hampstead Academy. It was really great to see you all enjoying yourselves. Yeah? They were brilliant performances. They did exceedingly well. I'm really proud of you. Let's go across the road and have a few beers. I think you deserve it.
Definitely.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming as well.
Good
stuff.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
I'm sure, and I hope you don't mind me speaking for all of us, but I really want to say, Sarah, thank you so much for the last 6 weeks. It's been absolutely amazing. And truly, I have learned a lot. And when I first turned up on week 1, and I was petrified of being able to remember a sentence, let alone act it. It's been an amazing journey to be able to do that. And just seeing my fellow performers tonight, I can just see how much we've moved on, and that's down to your help. So thank you very much indeed.
Well, for my money, you've been a very special group to work with, and I'm so proud, having seen these monologues at the beginning and seeing them now, and seeing you taking the space. I think, I don't know, for my money, you each came on and commanded the space, which is half the battle as an actor. So we spent 3 years at drama school doing, and you guys are doing that now, and that's huge. So, congratulations, it's just onward from here, onward and upward. Everyone, okay? Take a lot from that. A lot of confidence from tonight, I think.
Thank you.
Thank you.